Hello, everyone. My name is Chaos Cook. Welcome to a new episode of CliKK Corner, which is designed to allow for young musicians to come together and bond with their love of music. Today, we've talked with Ellie Faidley, a 14-year-old cellist who has already premiered with numerous orchestras across the globe and is known for her mature musical interpretation and technique. In this interview, we'll be giving you guys first-hand insight into the practice strategies and routines of a top young cellist. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy this interview. Awesome. All right. Well, I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for doing this interview with me. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
So your mom's a violinist and a violin teacher. And I was just wondering, since you're a cellist, how did you choose your own instrument?
That's a funny story because I did actually start on violin. I started cello when I was 5, but my mom started me on violin when I was like 4,
Mm.
and I hated it so much. My mom was like, "Oh, don't worry, she'll grow out of it. She'll just play violin until she's 10 and then she can switch." But no, I hated violin like
Uh,
an unbearable degree, and I like wouldn't practice.
mm.
And then like I broke my violin.
Oh, wow.
I wanted a cello. I want a cello because I would play it between my legs and be like, I want to be a cello. So then my mom for Christmas got me a cello. So
That was when you're what, 5, 4?
yeah, 5.
5. That's cool. My parents would get super angry if I broke my violins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she wasn't pleased, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when you practice the cello now, do you like when you start out practicing, let's say on a day-to-day basis, is there anything like you do first, like always?
I usually start with bow technique because my teacher is mad about that right now. He's very hyper fixated on my bow technique right now. So I do my whole bow technique kind of ritual before I do anything else.
Okay, yeah. So you separate your right hand technique and then left hand technique and then your repertoire, or
No, not in my repertoire. I mean, I do practice some bow technique when I do Bach, but that's just because like Bach is more, it's not like an etude because
yeah.
etudes are, but like, and I love Bach, but it's more simple.
So when you're practicing, like, is there anything you like to focus on? Like,
Um,
I don't know, like your bow
intonation,
hand intonation?
intonation,
Yeah.
like intonation is big number one. Like
Uh-huh.
I always practice intonation at least once a day, which is literally just note by note with
Uh-huh.
a medium on 60, which is like bah, bah,
Yeah.
bah. And it takes a long time, but it's worth it because then you don't have to worry about intonation because your hands just know where to go. And then you can work on other stuff.
Yeah, so to practice intonation, you just do scales like note by note or go through pieces?
And the piece
Oh, in
and
a
the
piece, yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then like once you get the intonation down, you feel like you like have a bit more freedom with
A
your
lot
music.
more freedom
Yeah.
because with pieces I'm not comfortable with, they're usually new and I hadn't practiced them enough.
Yeah.
But once I do a lot of intonation, it's more my fingers and like I don't have to worry if I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss this shift because
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
you know.
So what repertoire are you working on right now?
Rococo variations.
Uh-huh.
I'm playing the whole Bach Suite 3 and I'm playing Popper 38.
Uh-huh.
It's fun. It's just all
Yeah.
da, 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 da. I want to die every time you play it, but yeah. And I'm also working on, oh, I'm premiering this piece. I'm premiering a modern piece by a modern composer named Spetzoli, and I'm premiering it for my Juilliard concert, which is in April.
April? That's nice.
Nobody's ever played this piece before
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. How did you get the permission with the composer?
because my teacher actually gave it to me. What my teacher at Juilliard, Mr.
Uh-huh.
Sherry, he gave it to me, and he was like, "You get to premiere this," because him and Mr. Spetzoli are friends.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Well, I read online that you were a ballerina in addition to playing the cello.
Yes.
Does that take a long time to work on every day or like weekly?
Well, every day I would go to ballet class from 4 to at least 8 or 4
Uh,
to 30 or 9.
oh wow, that's a long time. How do you
Yeah,
balance that with your schoolwork and then in your cello?
I get that question a lot, but I just do. A free time, sleep. Who needs that? No, I practice, don't sleep. I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me. I'm a bad influence. You need to sleep and have free time. But I just also I like to run every day, so I also have to fit that in, and along with like other stuff that I like to do in my free time. But I don't have a lot of that. But like I'll practice in the morning, and then
Mhm.
I'll do all my academics in the middle of the day. It's
Yeah.
usually skip lunch because like
Oh yeah.
that doesn't really matter. And then for the bottom half of the day, which is just four and on, is just ballet. So
That seems like a pretty intense schedule.
yeah, but that's like every day for me, so I'm kind of used to it. So if I have a day that's easier, I'm like, I can
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah, I can relate. Yeah.
I end up practicing like 8 hours.
How long do you usually practice cello? Like on average?
I try to practice at least 3.5 to 4 hours every day,
Okay.
but that's usually in a and then 4 hours-ish plus and lesson.
How do your lessons at Juilliard work? Like, do you have like solo and collaborative?
Yes, I'm in a chamber group
Mm.
as well as I have a solo teacher. My chamber teacher, her name's Miss Goldberg.
Juilliard is just focused on the music part, and then for your like academic stuff, like, do you go to separate school or?
Right now I'm homeschooled,
Oh, okay.
but next year I'm going to be, well, homeschooled. I'm basically tutor schooled.
Uh,
Like I'm in a Northwestern course for AP Bio
oh,
and like I have tutors for every subject. So like Algebra 2,
mm,
English, that kind of
yeah.
stuff, and Spanish 3. But next year I'm going to be going into 11th grade at Professional Children's School,
Mm.
even though I'm in
Cool.
8th grade this year.
Are you planning on going down a music path for college?
Yes, I really want to go to Northwestern.
Like for competitions, do you have a lot of that going on? Like, do you have like a specific season where it's really intense, or is it just year round?
It's year round, I would say. I do enjoy going into competitions because it's like a concert, but I'm more motivated because I want to beat everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
So
it's like a performance opportunity, which
uh-huh.
I love. Well, yeah, and then I get to be like, did I win? Did I win? Did I win? If I don't win, I just go home and practice more.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty tough mindset to have, yeah. Well, when you actually plan the competitions, you've probably done a lot of them. So do you still feel any pressure or nervousness when you're playing?
No,
No.
that doesn't usually happen to me. I mean, if it's a piece that I'm not super comfortable with,
Hmm.
I would say that I'm a little bit more nervous to mess up. It's not usually a memory slip.
Yeah.
It's more of like a finger fumble or intonation mistakes. Well, intonation is not really a mistake, it's just bad. So,
Yeah. So like, when you prep for a competition, you focus mainly on intonation first, right? And then you add on other stuff later.
yeah, because usually other stuff after intonation comes more natural and
Yeah.
it's easy with everything else. And especially when a teacher adds on that like extra spice and
Mm.
to bring out things and they tell you what to do. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, 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 definitely. So I saw that you've already soloed with a bunch of orchestras. So when you play with an orchestra, like what's the difference in feeling between a piano and an orchestra? Like, is it just like the environment or?
It's a huge difference, but also not. It's hard to explain because playing with a piano is more, I guess the word would be basic, but
Yeah.
because like you usually play with a piano, but playing with an orchestra is like more rare. And I even in like rehearsals, I love to still use it as an opportunity to play with an orchestra because it's like I get to play with an orchestra, and
Yeah.
that's the time I'm like, let's go.
Uh-huh.
And there the difference I would say is that orchestras are so much huger and louder, and it's more chamber-esque, like more
Yeah.
of a string
Uh-huh.
chamber kind of.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And like when you're playing with the orchestra, like Is it more difficult to hear yourself? I
Yeah,
mean,
but it's not like you're in the orchestra because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
soloed and I am on my own little podium,
Uh-huh.
so I can hear myself pretty well, and like the orchestra's behind me, so it's like
Yeah, yeah. Because like when you're playing with the orchestra, like of course it's gonna be louder for the audience for the audience to listen. So you have to project more when you're playing, solo. So how do you do that? Like, what's your technique?
well, actually, I've gotten a lot of corrections that I need to project more, and that follows back to my bow technique, which
Mm-hmm.
my teachers are harping on me about. So it's more going closer to the bridge and producing more of a greater sound. And obviously, you have to be passionate
Yeah, yeah,
because if you're not passionate, you're not gonna get anywhere.
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
You can
Well,
be an amazing cellist and have like super good technique. Like I've seen amazing cellists, but they have no flair. Like it's like
mm,
they're amazing technically, but there's just no spark. But you
yeah,
have to
that's true.
be a
Yeah,
performer because being a musician is a performing art.
yeah. So you think you can't fake true musicality, right? When you're playing.
No,
Yeah,
you can tell
yeah. Facial expressions.
you have to have something.
Yeah. Just to end off with something a little lighter, who's your favorite composer? Who you like play the most?
Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky?
Yeah, if I make a tier list, it's Tchaikovsky, Dvorak, and then Bach.
Okay. Do you like
Yeah,
Mozart?
yeah. I mean, he didn't really write much for cello, so a little shade there.
Yeah.
How could he? Cello is the best, so don't know why he didn't write anything for us.
True enough, yeah. You have anything you want to talk about or expand upon or no?
Practice slowly.
Practice. Yeah. I
Practice
get that a
slowly.
lot. Yeah.
Slowly. You can't be out here practicing like
Yeah.
no matter how well you know the piece, there's still more that you can do. So
Right.
you gotta practice slowly. I have to tell myself that all the time because like I want to sit down and just play the piece through and be like, oh, I practiced it. Easy, done. Then I need to do it anymore because I already heard it. It's good, but it won't be good for long if you practice like that.
Yeah. And since your mom's a violin teacher, like does she come in and check on you when you practice? Like she give
A
you tips?
lot of the
Oh.
time. Like she'll sit and sometimes like walk into my practice and then pull out her phone and just like video me and then she'll be like, cool. I'm in my strawberry pajamas. That's a bit rude.
Well,
Oh, my mom put little poems that she wrote about my bow tilt all
uh,
around my house. Like she scattered them. There's one behind my cello right now. Look, I can look at this. This one's on my stand. Let's read it. Straight bows glide upon the strings, but deviation, a chaos it brings. Deviation. Sorry, I can't read. A similar force it begins to grow, demanding perfection or face the woe. No, but my favorite one is over here. Oh, Ellie, cellist of the night, you're bound by darkness in its sight. With bow tilt right and bows so straight, obey its demands or meet your fate.
those poems are pretty good.
Well, I mean, I can't really get away with not having a straight bow now.
Yeah, I guess it comes with having a teacher and a mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching the video. As you've all heard, reaching such a high level requires focus and commitment to your instrument. However, if you don't have time to practice like Ellie does, no need to worry. Simply think about what you can do, and when you are able to play your instrument, make sure to concentrate on your music, and undoubtedly, you will also be able to perform at a very high level. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to check back in on our channel for more music content.